On June 12, 2014, a butterfly effect set in motion a series of events that continue to shape wrestling today. The seeds of wrestling's modern success were sown on that fateful night. As you may know, the butterfly effect is like a domino effect on a global scale. A single, seemingly insignificant event can trigger a chain reaction, altering the course of history. In the case of Seth betraying the Shield, that was the domino that changed everything. Rollins betrayed his friends, the Shield, by attacking them with a chair. This shocking act broke fans' hearts, but it eventually, ironically, led to positive changes for all three members. When the Shield started in WWE, they all aspired to be stars, to reach the top of the company. They wanted to be in the big leagues, where everyone respected and feared them. By the way they were moving as a group, they were headed in the right direction. Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns had destroyed nearly every top guy in WWE, and they were doing it with ease and confidence. There were never any signs or hints of friction among the members, which made Seth betraying his brothers all the more painful. Seth's hunger for the spotlight outweighed his loyalty. He craved the top spot, and the Shield felt like a cage holding him back. His betrayal, while a setback for the group, ultimately launched him towards individual stardom, and ironically, it paved the way for each member to shine individually. After the shattering of the Shield, Dean and Roman were adrift. Betrayed by Seth, they stumbled, their once unstoppable momentum faltering. The trio that had dominated had now splintered, leaving them angry, resentful, and isolated. To reclaim their place at the top, they needed to reinvent themselves, shedding the comfort of the pack and embracing the challenge of solo stardom. It was a brutal baptism, forcing them to become even more formidable on their own. Roman, the silent muscle of the Shield, was suddenly thrust into the spotlight. No longer shielded by the group's collective charisma, his own mic skills, once a minor concern, were now laid bare. The quiet, brooding powerhouse who'd always been the enforcer was now expected to captivate crowds with words as well as fists. It was a daunting task for the man who'd once preferred to let his fists do the talking. Reigns' rough patch in 2015 to 2016 was painful to watch. His limited mic skills were a major thorn in his side, but they weren't the only reason fans turned on him. John Cena's scathing promo, a brutal dissection of Roman's shortcomings, crystallized the growing discontent. It was a low point for the struggling star. Unlike his former Shield brothers, Ambrose was a natural-born crowd pleaser. His quick wit, fearless demeanor, and unpredictable antics instantly won over fans. Even now, as Jon Moxley, his signature brand of chaos remains intact. While Ambrose might not have faced the same challenges as Roman or Seth, his career trajectory was still shaped by forces beyond his control. Despite his undeniable talent and rabid fan base, Ambrose was overlooked by WWE brass. While his former Shield brothers were fast-tracked to stardom, he was kept on the sidelines. It was a baffling decision, given his exceptional skills both in the ring and on the mic. But Ambrose's perseverance paid off. His eventual victory as SmackDown champion forced WWE to acknowledge his star power, proving that even the most stubborn company can be swayed by the will of the fans. After the shocking betrayal of his Shield brothers, everything worked perfectly for Seth. The once beloved hero turned heel, and the fans loved to hate him. This dramatic shift marked the beginning of a new era for Rollins, one marked by dominance and controversy. Rollins was a cunning, arrogant, and ruthless in his pursuit of power. He aligned himself with the Authority, a corporate faction led by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, and became their ruthless golden child. His actions, often driven by a desire for validation and recognition, alienated him from his former friends and turned the fans against him, but it still worked in achieving his goal. Seth Rollins' infamous cash-in at WrestleMania, a shocking betrayal of his former Shield brothers, cemented his status as a ruthless heel. But his ruthless actions masked a deeper flaw. Like a parasite clinging to the Shield and later the Authority, Rollins lacked the spine to stand on his own. Like a petulant child, Rollins struggled to strike out on his own. Whether aligned with the Shield or the Authority, he always seemed to need a crutch, a guiding hand to lead the way. Rollins, a creature of habit, thrived within the protective cocoon of the Shield. He craved companionship, security, and a sense of belonging. When the Shield fractured, Rollins simply traded one pack for another, joining the Authority. Both groups served the same purpose, to shield him from the harsh realities of standing alone. He craved the security and power that came with being part of a group, unwilling to confront the challenges and uncertainties of being your own man. With the authority crumbling around him, Rollins was forced to confront his deepest insecurities. He'd always relied on others to prop him up, but now he was alone, exposed. The Kingslayer had to prove that he was more than just a pawn, that he had the strength and cunning to stand on his own 2 feet. His epic showdown with Triple H at WrestleMania was a declaration of independence, a defiant statement that he was no longer a puppet, but a master of his own destiny. The betrayal that shattered the Shield was a catalyst for extraordinary growth and transformation for all three members. Roman, once a silent force within the trio, was forced to step into the spotlight and develop his speaking skills. This newfound confidence allowed him to evolve into the charismatic tribal chief, a figure who has captivated WWE fans worldwide. Dean, a natural-born talent, discovered that his value extended far beyond the confines of the Shield. His decision to leave WWE and pursue a career as Jon Moxley in AEW demonstrated his courage and independence. Moxley quickly became one of the most respected and exciting stars in the wrestling industry, known for his intense style and unwavering dedication. Seth Rollins, the architect of the Shield's downfall, faced the daunting challenge of proving his worth as a solo performer. By shedding his reliance on others and embracing the challenges of singles competition, Rollins transformed into a workhorse superstar. His ability to excel in the ring, regardless of his opponent or the match type, solidified his status as one of WWE's top talents. All of these remarkable transformations can be traced back to a single pivotal moment: Seth Rollins' betrayal of the Shield on June 12, 2014. This shocking act set in motion a series of events that would forever alter the landscape of professional wrestling. Without Seth betraying his Shield brothers, we would not be where we are right now.